Good evening. The police are seeking a man who was the subject of a drug extradition request by the United States authorities in 2005 in relation to Tuesday's massive seizure of U.S. and Canadian currencies in Montego Bay, St. James. The man is reportedly the owner of the Coral Gardens house where the seizure was made. Assistant Commissioner of Police Clifford Chambers, the commanding officer for Area 1, said in a brief statement to the media that the investigation has been extended into the neighboring parishes of Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth, and at one such location, a quantity of ganja was seized and an arrest made. The money was discovered at a three-story dwelling in Coral Gardens, St. James during a pre-dawn operation by the security forces. A motor vehicle which was intercepted in the vicinity of the house was searched, and 24 pounds of cocaine valued at $88 million was seized. The 46-year-old businessman, whose identity has not been released, was arrested in relation to that seizure, and a woman was also arrested in Westmoreland in connection with both seizures. A picture of the money, which was discovered at the house in Coral Gardens, has been circulating on social media. The authorities were up to late last night still counting the foreign currency and have indicated that it will take some time to make a significant determination of the full value. And we will bring you more on this subsequent newscast. Police yesterday seized 1,800 pounds of ganja during an operation in Clarendon. No one was arrested in connection with the find. Head of the Marine Division, Superintendent Robert Walker, said that the Marine Police were conducting an operation in the Portland Bight coastal area when the team subsequently observed a quantity of white knitted bags hidden among the mangroves. They searched the bag contained a number of smaller parcels with vegetable matter resembling ganja.
Well, about 12:30 p.m. today, whilst on patrol, the team from the Old Harbour Bay Marine Patrol, they were in the Portland Bight area. They went into an area known as Cullen Bay, where in the swamp they observed some white knitted bags. Upon further investigation, these bags had vegetable matter resembling ganja. It was taken to the Marine headquarters, where it was processed by the Scenes of Crime Division and the Narcotics Division. 1,800 pounds of vegetable matter.
Superintendent Walker warns that the Marine Police will be relentless in their efforts to capture those engaged in the drugs for drugs trade.
We have not been ramping up. We have been continuing to do what we normally do. We are out there patrolling and pursuing these activities. And if you remember recently during an interview with one of my officers, he told you that we would be relentless in our pursuit of these narco-traffickers and to send a clear message that we are going to protect the people of Jamaica to any means necessary. So this continues. We continue to patrol these areas because we are aware of where the hiding and the hold-up can take place, because they believe that we don't have any vessels that can go in, because they think we are using only the bigger vessels. But we will continue to go anywhere we believe that they are.
Relentlessly.
Relentlessly.
Residents in the Woodsville community of Hanover are calling on the relevant authorities to immediately repair a section of the bridge in the area that has been breaking away for some time now. Our news team visited the area today and spoke with the residents, who explained that they are afraid this will result in the community being shut off from the rest of the parish.
Yeah, I live across the bridge, boss. And suddenly the bridge break away like this. And if you want to go to Savlamar right now, we have to go at least 20 miles around Ganja and go down. And we can't afford it. So we need quick assistance. You know, understand, I have to go to work, and if I even go to the street at night, we have to be careful when coming back, because the bridge keep continue collapsing. You know? So we need best no can, we need assistance to help each other. And these trees breaking away the bridge, undermining the bridge. So if you fix the bridge alone and the tree them is down, cut down, it's still going to break away. So we're asking for proper assistance.
I live right in a gas man, right in a crossroad up there. So you supply this community with gas? Yeah. Right now upon side me I go. And I have to drive all the way around Cascade to catch on gas road. This man me I go Mobile, I have to drive back around Grange to go back to Mobile. This is my regular road to go Mobile and come back. So it affects your business, right? Oh, affect me a lot. I know me alone it affect. everybody at Wood Jail can drive past the bridge. Then can't come out. Me can't go to Wood Jail. I supply gas at Wood Jail now. If I go to Wood Jail, I go drive all the way around Cascade and come around. If I gas go to Wood Jail. Pan side, I go now, same thing me have to do. It affect me a whole heap because me, and mark you. No road no place. We want the bridge to fix. We not been about MP and councillor. We have the bridge we want to fix.
Man, we suffer, man. We suffer. People from who will support we, then can go and we can come. So if tomorrow the bridge could have fixed, we are glad with that. But we see that everyone now, you out of the map. We condemn.
Others complain that the falls that usually bring in a large number of tourists and income to the community has been seriously affected by the damaged bridge.
This bridge needs to fix immediately because there's a lot of people passing through. We have a lot of teachers from Woodsville. We have students, we have sick people to come across. They have to go all the way around to Cascade. And what happened now at night, people passing through. And everybody know that this thing happen here. So we can find people come and hit on the bridge. And then when they hit on the bridge now, you know what happened? A downfall, an accident. You understand? So we want a lot of help right now. Okay? And this is the tourist area. Sandy Bay coming through.
How much do you know this bridge part that we need assessment fast as possible. Nobody cannot go to work. Traffic park over there all about. We cannot take no chance. I tourists have to come back, the tourists have to turn back over there. Can't go to the Mayfield parts. Nobody can go to work. We need a fast assistant, man. Look on the bridge, man. Well, no car and take no chance. Only like it's a bike. And my man who carry gas to the area today, you have to take that long road, man. Cost him much can company. If you make company today, everybody did that. So you have to go all the way around Mouse Lane to go into Montego Bay.
This is capital bed running under this bridge. I show them how much time so the bridge don't collapse so they don't come and look about it now. And now it collapsed, so I need you to come and look about the bridge.
The People's National Party Councillor Caretaker Jeffrey Brown is calling on the relevant authorities to help resolve the issue in order for the residents to return to their livelihood.
Looking at the bridge, you can see that it is very, very dangerous for pedestrians and vehicular traffic. Because when we look at the bridge, you can see that it is eroded and one entire side of the bridge has been torn away. So I'm going to use this opportunity to call on the relevant authority, the NWA and the Parish Council, to do what they can do as fast as possible. They are the people that uses this bridge. They worked within the hotel industry, and we are calling on them to meet with the community, inform the community what is the short-term plan, because looking at this bridge right now, they have no alternative route. The road that the NWA give as alternative route, it is impossible because the road is so bad. The road is very bad. So it goes to Buxton, Cascade, which will, if you're going to travel from here to Lucy, it's about 3 miles, 3 hours drive, which will take you like 40 minutes from where we are now. So I'm calling on them to just do something.
Jamaica reported 115 new cases of COVID-19 and 1 fatality yesterday, according to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. This pushed the total number of cases of the virus since the start of the pandemic to 129,862 and the total death toll to 2,955. The country also recorded 56 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 83,256 and 539 confirmed active cases. Meanwhile, of the newly reported cases, there were 64 females and 51 males, with ages ranging from 8 months to 90 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew, 32, St. James, 31, St. Catherine, 25, Manchester and St. Anne recording 7 each, Clarendon 5, St. Elizabeth 4, Westmoreland 3, and Hanover 1. Meanwhile, the latest death is an 87-year-old man from Kingston, which was recorded in April 2021. His death was previously reported under investigation. Jamaica experienced torrential rains across the island in recent weeks, where the drain system were tested by high volumes of water. Most of the flood waters ended up in the sea, along with a variety of debris carried by these gullies, drains, and river. At the mouth of the Barnes Gullies, which empties in the Kingston Harbour, barrier interceptors were installed to minimize the pollution to the harbour. With the aid of the Grace Kennedy Foundation, in partnership with Ocean Cleanup and Clean Harbours Jamaica, the barriers were tested as a wide variety of plastic bottles as well as other debris have been prevented from entering the harbour. Director of Clean Harbour Jamaica Limited, Michael McCarthy, explained that this cleanup effort is commendable and highlights the need for proper disposal of both domestic and industrial waste.
We have partnered with some wonderful people here at the Grace Kennedy Foundation, as well as with the Ocean Cleanup, one of our international partners. And this project has highlighted the problem as it stands in our island of pollution. What the rains have done, however, is showcase just how bad the pollution really is by way of having the debris come down through the gullies. And it has proven to be quite significant, as can be seen here behind me. We have a lot of refuge here in the gullies. The scope of works for the project is inclusive of us trapping the debris at the mouth of the gullies, collecting, segregating, and depositing it in the proper manner.
He also explained how the debris is collected.
So the medium used to collect the debris is by way of ocean. We collect the debris by a specialized vessel which was designed in Germany and sent down to us through our partners, as I've mentioned, the Ocean Cleanup. We at Clean Harbours are the operators of this technology, and we utilize this vessel to collect the debris. It is then taken to a waste reception offloading facility where the debris is then offloaded and sorted in the proper manner. So the barriers that you can see here behind me, this is one of the barriers. We are now at the Barnes Gully location. For this phase of the project, which we have dubbed the pilot phase, we have installed 3 barriers, one being here at the Barnes Gully, one is up the sea at Raytown, and there's one further down the sea at Kingston Pen. With these installations, we hope to capture the debris before it can make its way out into the harbour. It has been quite an eye-opening process. You know about the debris, you know about the garbage, but to see it firsthand and to experience it really puts the image directly in front of your face. And as you being here, you can actually experience what I like to call the 4D effect. You can smell it. So we don't only get a visual, we can now smell it. It's quite disheartening to see what happens here. So through this pilot, we are really aiming to learn to see how best we can tackle the problem, because as you know, it's a very diverse problem. We are still learning and tweaking as we go along, and it is in our intention to expand.
Chief Executive Officer of the Grace Kennedy Foundation, Carolyn Mafood, explained the company's responsibility in the project.
Partners on the ground are Grace Kennedy Foundation and Clean Harbours Jamaica Limited. The Grace Kennedy Foundation's responsibility is as project facilitators. We're bringing together all of the government agencies and the private sector to help support the project. We are responsible for manual cleanups, so every month we are doing cleanups at the harbours, across areas of the harbour, and inviting the public to get involved. And we're responsible for outreach, so we are reaching out to the business community and community sensitization with the communities that are on the borders of these gullies. Yeah. For Clean Harbours Jamaica, they are the operators of the vessel and the monitoring the barriers, the interceptor barriers that have been installed. So far we have 3 barriers installed at 3 gullies, Raytown, Barnes Gully and Kingston Pen Gully, and Clean Harbours Jamaica monitors those barriers. They are responsible for managing the interceptor boat that collects the waste at these barriers, and they're also responsible for the operation of the offloading site, which is where the waste is taken to. The waste is separated, so the plastics are collected by Recycle Partners of Jamaica, and the rest of the garbage goes to the Riverton City Dome.
Ms. Mahfood said that this is phase 1 of the project.
And so phase 1, we're focusing on 3 gullies, and it's working out all the technical issues. The harbours are a very interesting beast. Sometimes it's calm, sometimes it's windy. You know, we have to make sure the barriers work. We have to make sure that the boat is effective for picking up the waste. So we're looking at all of the issues and figuring out how better to improve things. Once we're comfortable with how the systems are working, we plan to expand to 8 additional gullies. So in all, 11 gullies on the harbour will have barriers, and this is all being funded by the ocean cleanup.
The National Water Commission, NWC, and MIA Jamaica recently hosted a staff recognition ceremony for team members in the NWC's non-revenue water program. 26 awardees were recognized for several achievements under the categories of Best Leak Repair Team, Best Leak Detection Team, and Best Metering Team. Matthew Semuda, Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, in his address said that the non-revenue water reduction program of the NWC seeks to improve service delivery to the people of Portmore.
This afternoon, it is the pride of the National Water Commission that is on display as we gather to recognize excellence in the NWC Maya Partnership team in the effort to reduce the NRW and losses in Portmore municipality. The 26 awards that were handed out highlight several achievements. You heard the titles: Best Leak Repair Team, Best Leak Detection Team. The people of Jamaica and your valued customers are expecting nothing less, and as the chairman said, it is a thankless job, which is why we thought it important to join you here this afternoon and for us to say thank you. We can never underestimate the work that you do here. We cannot measure what you cannot change, and through the NRW reduction program, the NWC aims to measure with accuracy the volume of water coming into the municipality, so there is no leakage, as well as a provision of accurate billing, which we know is very important to citizens.
Mr. Semuda also said that the efforts being undertaken to improve the water system in Portmore will result in a better balance between the economic and social environment and physical needs of the people.
It is impatient of debate that access to water is a critical element needed for development. The effort being taken by the NWC and Maya teams to improve the water supply in Portmore will see a better balance between the economic, social, environment, and physical needs of the current and future generations. Now, earlier this year, the House of Representatives approved a motion for Portmore to be designated Jamaica's 15th parish. I believe, President, Chairman, Maya, colleagues, that this will be the first parish where every resident is connected to water systems and has potable water. This part of the program will, include the search for non-visible leaks, rapid pump repairs, pressure management control, and metering of unserved areas and replacing of defective meters. Some 20,000 state-of-the-art new digital meters will be implemented as a part of the program, colleagues. These meters are accurate and should be embraced by the customers as the bridge between them and the NWC. This improved service delivery will benefit residents in various sections of the municipality, including areas such as Nago Head, Portmore Lane, Reed's Pen, Old Brayton, and is it fair to say, President, that I can also say Newlands? I see it here on the list.
President of the National Water Commission, Mark Barnett, said that significant improvement in water supply and service is expected at the end of the program.
To the awardees, Mayor, it is a journey, and we have another 4 years of this journey to go. At the end of the program, we expect to see significant improvement, not just in terms of pressure, but also ensure that the residents of Portmore can feel comfortable and lessen the stress when they travel from Kingston, which is where most persons may work, reaching home knowing very well that when they turn the tap on, water shall be there. And that is what we aim to achieve right across Jamaica. But they said a journey of 1,000 miles started one single step. And our first step, or let's say the second step, is in Portmore. So just join with us and let it be a success. And I'm happy, Minister, MPs, it is really for the people of Portmore. And I want to emphasize it because oftentimes it is viewed that it's NWCs. It is really for the people of Portmore. You will benefit, and oftentimes NWC's benefit is accrued at the back end, if you understand what I mean. Because we give you the service first as a post-paid supply, you then paid when you do pay after. So I'm echoing the sentiments of those who have gone before. Pay your water bill, pay it in full, pay it on time, pay it before the due date. Because that is the only way we can sustain the system and expand to those who are underserved.
Manager for Mia Jamaica Limited, Alvaro Ramalho, in his address commended the workers for their hard work and highlighted the NWC's efforts in preserving and properly distributing water in Portmore and its environs.
4 years ago, we decided to promote the workers for their hard work and to promote them for that extra mile they were giving. And we created a award ceremony that started very basic and today is transformed in this. We are saving 20% of the water that is entering in the system. That started by 42,000 cubic meters per day, and today with 35,000 we satisfy the same population of Portmore with better pressure and more hours of supply. On the KPI of the NRW, the non-revenue water, that famous ugly name that we have, but it's fundamental to be understood as the water that is lost. And this water that was lost was 25,000 cubic meters per day 1 year ago, and today is 20,000. So it means that we saved 5,000 cubic meters per day, which allow us to distribute better and even think about new customers, new developments for Portmore, or even sharing more water to Kingston. And finally, last but not least, because the dollar value is very important, we have been saving more than 30% of electrical consumption in the facilities of Portmore, namely the pumping stations. And this allows to have savings around $15,000 per month of savings in electrical bill with GPS. And for sure, this could be reflected in the financials of NWC.
The Jamaica Urban Transit Company, the JUTC, is to expand and diversify its fleet with new buses and alternative fuels. Minister of Transport and Mining, Audley Shaw, said that the procurement of the 50 new buses, 5 electric buses and 45 diesel buses has received a full approval, and the award notification has been issued to the supplier. He was making his contribution to the 2022-2023 sectoral debate in the House of Representatives on April 27. Mr. Shaw informed that the fleet will also benefit from the addition of a further 20 12-meter Golden Dragon compressed natural gas CNG buses under the expansion of the natural gas project in partnership with New Fortress Energy Company Limited. This follows the pilot project which commenced in September 2019. In addition to diversifying the fleet with the electric and CNG-powered buses, the JUTC will commence testing the use of biodiesel with a view of expanding the full complement of diesel-operated units in the fleet. Mr. Shaw said that the use of diversified fueled fleet is an integrated approach being pursued by the government to enhance the efficiency of the JUTC. Meanwhile, Minister Shaw says geofencing technology will be introduced this fiscal year to ensure motor vehicles are physically present at examination depots when fitness certificates are being issued. Mr. Shaw's announcement was made during his contribution to the sectoral debate in the House of Representatives yesterday. The Transport Minister said geofencing technology will strengthen the motor vehicle fitness and inspection process and will ensure that there is evidence of vehicles being granted certificates of fitness when the vehicles are in fact physically present at the examination depots. Geofencing is the use of software or an application to establish the location of an individual or object. The Transport Minister did not give a specific timeline for the implementation of the new system. However, Mr. Shaw noted that plans are afoot to curtail allegations of corrupt practices surrounding motor vehicle certificates. In the meantime, more than $200 million is to be spent over the period 2022 to 2025 for the capital expenditure programs at the nation's international airports and airdromes. The activities will be undertaken by the Airports Authority of Jamaica and MBJ Airports Limited and PAC Kingston Airport Limited, operators of the Sangster International Airport and Norman Manley International Airport, respectively. Some $70 million is to be slated to be spent this financial year. Minister of Transport and Mining Audley Shaw made this announcement during the sectoral debate to the 2022 to 2023 budget yesterday. For the 2022 to 2023 period, $36 million is expected to be spent on Phase 3 of the Sangster International Airport runway extension, which is being financed from the Airport Improvement Fund. He added that this extension will enable the Sangster International Airport to accommodate long-haul flights from destinations it cannot now serve, such as East Asia. And those are the stories making the news. We now take a break and then join Christopher Scott with the sports.
Hi.